So what will such a person do? A smart test taker do, right? The first step would be to sign up for a quality prep course. So when you say a quality prep course, what do you think you should be looking for in that, in a prep course? Yes. What would you expect from your preparation course? Can you share your opinion? Proper content, very good. Yes, people, I would like to take others' opinion too. I'm waiting for it. Okay, so I mean strategies and techniques, right? Very good. So when I'm talking about a quality uh, prep course, the first thing that comes to my mind is the kind of content. Okay, some of you, in fact, vouch for downloading materials, right? So tell me one thing. Do you know if that material is a GRE type content? Will it be worth practicing it? Any idea? Has someone, certified it? Okay, so the first thing that I have to look for is the kind of content that is offered to me. Okay. Second thing is the strategies and the methodologies, right? Like what Drew have pointed out, and many of you have pointed out, right? So something which will help me get the correct answer along with it in a shorter period of time. Am I right? Great. Third thing is the kind of teachers you get. Do you think it plays a vital role in improving your score? Unless and until your teachers are also equally enthusiastic about teaching you, getting your doubts sorted out, reviewing your tests, and guiding you, I don't think your preparation would be complete. Okay, so these are some of the things that you have to look for while signing up for a quality prep course, right? Another thing is once you've trusted a prep course, use the entire material provided there. Okay, don't. Okay. So what you have to think about is, let me complete whatever material I have at hand, right? And then I can move over to other sources. Am I right? Third thing is having an effective study plan. Now, you people said that you spend around 2 hours, right? Say on an average. What will you do exactly in the 2 hours? Do you do only math or only verbal, or how exactly do you work out things there? 60 maths and 40 verbal. Anuleka, have you taken any test before, and do you know where you stand on the math and where you stand on the verbal? Is your math better than the verbal, or no, is your math better than your verbal? Your math scores? The verbal is better, okay. And Jaswant says only fans for now. Why, Jaswant? Are you very sure about your verbal performance, or? But this is something which I was talking about, right? We start doing things which we are good at, right? We practice more in areas where we are good at, right? And we skip out on the others. That's something which all the students tend to do. I know math, right? Let me practice more. What's the whole idea of practicing more? How how to improve verbal? Mm, that's where your methodologies come in, Shreya. So you need to have a proper methodology or a strategy to tackle the different kind of questions, right? So that is what is going to help you improve your verbal scores. Learn your vocabulary, that is very important. We'll be talking about it in some time, okay? So have an effective study plan. So your study plan should involve solving harder questions. Don't pamper yourself with easy questions from the topics that you know. Okay. At the beginning, yes, do the easy questions, and slowly, as in when your scores start improving, you need to move over to harder questions. You need to face harder challenges. Those are the ones which are going to help you push your score. Okay. And second thing is you will make a lot of mistakes. How many of you take tests on a regular basis for GRE? You prepare, I totally agree. Do you practice with tests to see if you have improved your on the different areas? Yes, people. Do you take regular tests, GRE like tests? Okay, that is another mistake which people generally tend to do, right? So what you have to do is on a regular basis, once you have covered a particular chunk of topic, you have to go ahead and take another test to see if your scores are improving. There should be alternative days. Okay. So, you cannot take tests on a daily basis, Shivam. I'm talking about, say, a test per week or test once in 10 days. Okay. Not on a daily basis, of course. And that will not be of any use. So, another thing that we tend to do is like we just take tests and leave it as such. But remember, most of your learning will come from reviewing your tests. Okay, go through all the questions where you have made mistake. If it is a silly mistake, make a note of it. Like what was the silly mistake that you have made? And next time, if you face a similar scenario, avoid that mistake, right? Second thing is, you may have gotten a question wrong because you're not clear about the concepts. You either don't know or you're not very clear about it. Okay. So make a note of those concepts, right? Some of the tests actually show you like these are your weaknesses and these are your strengths, and you know what to work upon. Okay. So what you have to do is go through every question, right? Review those questions where you have made mistakes. If your concepts are not clear, the next thing you will do is go ahead, learn those concepts and practice questions in those areas, and then take another test. Okay. If the learning does not come from the test, you will not see any improvement. You will only take tests on regular basis, but your scores will not change. Maybe your timing can get a little better, but the scores will probably remain the same. There will not be much change there. Okay, is that clear, everybody? And of course, when you are taking a test or when you are preparing, you're practicing, make sure you have 0% tolerance for distractions. Keep your mobile off, okay? And like a regular test center, okay, have a separate room for yourself. Don't get distracted by anybody. Don't let anybody in when you're preparing, okay? And how many of you can actually sit for 2 hours at one go and prepare? Or how do you actually do your preparation? Do you split it into slots, or do you just go about it on a single go? You just sit for 1 hour or 2 hours and you prepare. Splitting, okay. 3 hours with 10-minute break, okay. 2 hours. Some of you want to split it, some of you want to take it at one go. Fine. So that depends from person to person, but remember, Pomodoro, what is that, Anuleka? 50 minutes study. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Fine. Okay, so you can have an effective study plan. Okay, so you can say that first half an hour I'm going to do verbal, right? I'm going to take a few minutes break. So during the break, maybe you're allowed to use your mobile or take a walk, relax, and then come back, right? Distract yourself. But remember one thing, your GRE test is a 4 hours full length test with, of course, a few breaks in between. So you need to build that stamina, but while preparing, yes, you can think about having shorter breaks. Okay, and one small thing which I want to say about vocabulary. Okay, how many of you sit and prepare for vocabulary for say 1 hour or at least half an hour at one go? Yes, flashcards agreed, but do you do it at a go? 20 minutes. Others, 19 for 30 minutes. Mhm. That is exactly the same thing, Nikila. So, your vocabulary you cannot learn for beyond 15 minutes. Okay, to make it a fun learning, what you can do is you can make flashcards and keep it with you, right? So when you're traveling or when you're, like relaxing, right? During that time, just flip through the vocabulary, the flashcards. Okay, that will help you learn in a better way than sitting at one place and trying to learn vocabulary for 30 minutes. Remember, after 15 minutes, your ability to grasp will go down. So if you're learning for 30 minutes, split it into two 15-minute slots.